I'm Anthony Dixon. From sunup to sundown, I live and breathe hunting. I've chased trophy animals all around the world, from the Arctic tundra to the South African karoo. Each hunt is another chapter in my ongoing saga. And these are some of my outdoor stories.
Welcome to beautiful Thunder Bay, Ontario, a land best described as pristine wilderness. The calm, crystal clear lakes combined with the pine fresh air take your mind to a place where time stands still. I'm your host, Anthony Dixon. Join me as I immerse myself in this northern paradise on my annual spring black bear hunt. I've been fortunate enough to hunt here at Thunder Bay for several years now, and I've taken some great bears on my hunts. Being someone who never looks a gift horse in the mouth, I'm going to hunt here with Black Bear Adventures as long as I can. My guide extraordinaire here at Black Bear Adventures, Ron Phillips, always sets me up nicely on one of his well-tended baits. Every time we come back, he has a nice new stand set up for me. And he doesn't mind if we tag along during the day when he baits. After our baiting excursion, we head back to camp and let the bears make their way in and get comfy.
This stand is like a hobby. But like you say, the two biggest bears I ever got, it's the closest bait to the lodge. But it still produces the biggest bears for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if it's coincidence, but every single bear I've got off this first bait has been freaking huge. The second bait last year, I got a 350 off.
Yeah, nice.
It was a giant sow. I swore it was a bar. It was huge.
Well, I'm looking for a big one because I want a full body mount one for my trophy room at home.
We'll see what happens.
Well, we're headed down for our first dinner with Paul Delpino and his family and the rest of the guests. Paul has supported us so well for so long. We've hunted with him now several years, and he's an avid fisherman. So we're going to present him with a little gift, a brand new pole and reel, which I know he'll put to good use because the lake is filled with pike and walleye and bass. So Dog Lake's a great fishery, so I'm sure he'll enjoy this.
I brought you a little something for all the support that you've given us all the years and all the fun we've had with you and everything. Like I said, it's always like it's like family. Use it in good health and happiness. Kids love to fish.
Absolutely.
I'll expect a fish dinner tonight.
I haven't had a fishing rod for 18 years.
Paul Delpino, the owner of Black Bear Adventures, and his family always set their guests up with a royal feast. You'll be heading out to the stand full and comfortable when your hunt begins. I'll sit there. And then when the bear gets his head buried in the barrel or isn't looking, you know, when I can get, then I just, all I'll have to do is just stand straight up. Be no problem. I can read them. I know, you know, when I can get away with it and when I can't. If I can't get away with it, then I don't get a shot. That's all. Just how she goes.
I mean, you might actually be able to position it and
Yeah.
or just sit sideways in the stand. And
Yeah, I sit a little bit sideways. I got a stand at
Yeah,
home and I've been
probably.
practicing for 3 months with it. Every day, every morning. I go out and shoot
it's
around.
a possibility you might be able to shoot sitting down.
And I usually won't, because it'll clink against the platform.
Yeah.
I mean, look at
It's
this.
long.
It's long. But that's okay. You adapt your hunting style
Yeah.
to that, eh?
Cool.
And I'm going to sit a little bit angled. And then when the bear's occupied and his head's buried in there, I'll read his body language. And when I think I can get away with it, I'll just stand straight up. And then all I got to do is just drop. As always, I get a few practice shots in before I get down to business. Closed captioning in today's episode is brought to you by Canuck. Since I've hunted with Paul and Ron for a number of years, we've developed quite a friendship. They know me well as a hunter and don't mind me heading out to the stands on my own. It's very important to the preservation of bear activity at these stands that you enter with the utmost caution and as little noise as possible. One could say it's almost an art form in itself, entering your stand with both scent and sound in mind. As we got settled in, red squirrels were squabbling over the bait. Before long, our first visitor made its way in. It's always encouraging to see a bear visit your bait site, even if it's one you're not interested in taking. Non-target animals are entertaining and help to pass the time. This bear was acting like there might have been a bigger bear in the vicinity. Besides, it was early in my hunt, and I was interested in seeing what other bears were in the area. Let's jump back to last year's hunt and take a look at some of the bears I had encounters with.
I'm going to keep this real quiet and real brief. We're in a real close stand here. Got the old muzzle loader. We're going to give that a try again. See if we can get the first bear in the camp. It's been real hot. Real hot. So it's really suppressed the bear movement. Black flies are brutal, as you can see. I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm going to get quiet. We're going to kill a bear in here tonight.
One afternoon on stand, I was treated to quite a show. First, a rather cocky little boar cub sauntered in to investigate the bait, but Mama was quick to put him in his place with that old familiar rattling sound that bears make when they're not happy. She quickly showed up with 2 more beautiful cubs, and they cleaned out the barrel in short order, sniping and swatting at each other like spoiled children. On a couple of occasions, the big sow approached the tree and stared up at me. I remained motionless, but she wasn't convinced. As soon as the bait was gone, she led her cubs away into the thick bush, and I breathed a sigh of relief. It was quite an encounter.
That's nice to see. Big fat sow with 3 beautiful healthy cubs. That was nice.
This portion of today's episode is brought to you by Bergara. Our barrels make the difference. So we're still on my 2018 hunt with Black Bear Adventures in Thunder Bay, Ontario, and my guide Ron brings me along on a routine baiting session. And by the looks of this bait, things are heating up.
Stand all together today. I'm going to try and make this brief. We're in deep, thick cover here, and I think it'll be better for the bear movement. I think it's going to be better, and I think that it'll be just a better all-around situation here. We've had a little shower. It's kind of kept the heat down a bit. I'm hoping that one's going to come in here tonight and get a chance to shoot him with my muzzle loader. Stick with me.
My 2018 spring bear hunt was winding down, and the weather had turned sour. I had seen bears, but it was time to put one down. One afternoon, this bear came in and was climbing the trees, rubbing his neck on them, and acting all weird. He left at one point and then came back, so I decided he'd look good in my freezer. When he climbed a tree 10 feet from me, I thought to myself, this is it.
That's not a big bear, but that bear was acting really weird in here. At first, I thought it was really intimidated because it kept running off, running up the trees and everything. I thought, well, it's probably he's not a bad bear, but it's a great meat bear. It's going to be, I love bear meat. My wife and I have really enjoyed the bear meat we had from the last hunt. So, I just thought it was so crazy. He ran up that tree right beside me. I thought I'm going to take him with my old muzzle loader. I've never shot one with a muzzle loader. Shot quite a few bears, but this is the first one with the muzzle loader, so I'm pretty happy about it, really. Sitting here in the pouring rain. That's 2 bears now I've killed right in the rain on this here at Black Bear Adventures, right here at Dog Lake. You know, it's just when you can get a chance to harvest an animal like that, it's good to do it. Yeah, it's a good feeling.
I mean, like I said, he's certainly not the biggest bear I've ever shot. I've shot some really big ones. I've been very fortunate. But this one's going to eat real good, and I'm happy to have him. One thing I can tell you is that bear provided my family with some real high quality meat. Now I'll bring you back to the present to continue my most recent bear hunt. A day has gone by with slower activity than usual, but that's hunting. We're heading back into a stand that we sat the first afternoon. After some heavy baiting and a little bit of time to let things cool off, the weather was clear and nice, and I was ready to get a bear down. This portion of today's episode is brought to you by PSE Archery.
Stand. As you'll notice, something's missing. I came in to bait it today, and there was evidence of a bigger bear here. And I dragged that barrel all the way back into the woods. So rather than go chasing after it and stinking up the whole place with scent, I just decided to throw the bait down, throw some logs on it. So this should be good. Stick with us.
I sat patiently into the last hour of legal light. Suddenly, movement. Here comes the bear I've been waiting for. The bear approaches cautiously, facing head on the entire time. I slowly work my way into shooting position and wait for the angle. I have to be careful that my longbow is clear of the stand and the surrounding branches. As my target turns broadside, I pick a spot on its lungs and simultaneously come to full draw. In one motion, I let the arrow slip from my fingers.
Listening to the death moan. I've shot more than my share of bears, but I've never shot one with a longbow. It's not a giant bear, but it's a good bear. I don't think it's the one that dragged the barrel away, but I wasn't waiting. That's what you want to see. Soaked from one end to the other in bright red frothy blood.
Since I'd heard the death moan relatively close to the stand, I figured it wouldn't be much of a tracking job. I found the blood trail, marked it with my flagging tape, and continued to follow the blood. Due to the thick bush and quickly fading light, by the time we found the bear, it was pitch black. We were going to have to wait until the next day to give you a look at him.
Well, here it is. We got it cleaned up for you and set up so that we can have a good look at it. I'm here with Paul Delpino, the outfitter, and my guide extraordinaire, Ron Phillips. Thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate everything. Once again, all your support, Paul. I can't thank you enough. I'm happy with the bear I got, especially having taken it with my PSE Oryx longbow. It's been a lot of fun shooting that thing. I've had a great time shooting it, and now to take an animal like this with it right off the hop, I'm pretty happy.
Yet another great hunt with Paul Delpino and Ron Phillips at Black Bear Adventures in Thunder Bay, Ontario. If this is your year for a black bear hunt, contact Black Bear Adventures. You'll be glad you did.